Jeremy TV.
Okay, Grant.
Welcome back to the channel. Jeremy here with you, and this is a project where we ran electricity out to the gazebo. If you'll remember, in the previous video we had the trencher out, and we trenched about probably a 14 or 16 inch deep trench from the house to the gazebo, so we could get electricity out there in order to have a few outlets and a couple of lights. So my dad is an electrician, and he's really good at that stuff, and basically all I was there to do was some of the grunt work and to help him. Here we are, you see me knelt down there at the trench, and I'm taking a piece of conduit and hammering it under the sidewalk to connect to the other trench so we can run the electric line through there underneath that sidewalk. And every so often I'd have to stop and tap out the dirt from the inside of that piece of conduit, so it would go under there more easily. You just about couldn't hammer it if it got full of dirt, so I would knock it in there a foot, pull it back out, and tap all the dirt out, and then start again. Took me a few tries to get that done, but this day, and actually by the time this is posted it will probably be well into winter, but the work took place back in July of 2020, and it was freaking hot that day. It was almost 100 degrees. The heat index was close to 115, and it was just miserable. It was one of the hottest days we had all year. Just the humidity was just outrageously high, and I mean it really just about made me sick. I can normally tolerate the heat pretty well, but man, I don't like it, but I can usually tolerate it. But it just about knocked me on my rear end. I had to stop and rest quite a bit. I just got to where I wasn't feeling very good, and that's just one more reason why I hate all that heat. I mean, it's just miserable. There you see my daughter Madison. She helped out a lot with this project, and I'm glad that she was willing to come out and give us a hand, because she's a big help. So here we went in a time lapse, and we've already got the line run from the house to the gazebo, and we're covering up the trench right there. So the line, basically all it was, we didn't hardwire into anything. My dad was able to put basically a permanent plug into the existing outlet on the house there under the back porch, and then ran that line through conduit all the way out there to the gazebo. And then the electric situation out there, we've basically got two outlets down closer to ground level, and then the conduit runs up to two switches, and then it runs up further to the top at the awning part where we've got two outlets. So each switch controls an outlet up there. So what we've got lights now under the gazebo that there's basically two different strings, so you can, well, actually all of them are strung off of one, so you flip a switch and it turns all the lights that we've got strung underneath the overhang there on the gazebo. And then so we've got one more outlet we could run up there up high, and then we've got some outlets down at the ground as well. And I decided to go ahead and just put outlets there on that one corner, do everything there, so we didn't have to run a bunch of conduit everywhere. And really our electrical needs out there are pretty minimal, but I'm sure at some point we'll wish we had run more. Here in just a little bit you'll see some overhead shots with the drone, and you'll see that we've got a chandelier there hanging from the center of the awning, and that one's just a battery operated chandelier that is not controlled by any of the switches and does not run off of any of the outlets. So yeah, here's my dad wiring up the outlets there and the switches on that corner post. And there you see Madison, I think, starting to clean up from the project, and just getting some of our tiers gathered up and getting the finishing touches on the project. So here's the overhead shot. It's really a nice place. We really like that gazebo. That's one of the best investments I've made. It's somewhere that we've already spent a lot of time as I'm recording this now, and I mean, we just really are. I was really pleased with the way it turned out. It surpassed my expectations. There you can see that chandelier hanging down from the center. But I mean, it's a really an attractive spot, I think. It turned out really nice, and it's a good place for us to hang out, and we really do enjoy it. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks for being here. Hope to see you again soon.